I'm Holly,
And I'm Valerio.
and this is week 7, part 2. And again, we have question 5 and 6. And Valeria is going to start us off with 5.
So, question 5 asked, why did Smith not see any spur evolution on Mandart? And what does this teach us about the fossil record? So, Smith didn't see any evolution among the sparrows here because he was looking kind of at a larger picture. And when you look back at the evolutionary process, you don't see as much happening. Because things kind of average out and the pushes of natural selection opposite direction kind of cancel each other out. And but when you look closely, then you can see all the effects of natural selection and how evolution is really working the whole time. And so this can be applied to how we see the fossil record. If we look at the fossil record over, large periods of time, then we don't really see evolution happening very quickly. We see it happening very, very slowly and not very much. So if we look more closely, then we see a lot more happening.
Yeah, and I add on that he looked more at like the births and the deaths. It wasn't so much like a year to year, and so that's why the fossil record can just show through natural selection that or that it's taking place at a slower pace. So that's all I was gonna say. And then for question 6, it wanted to know, why did the Grants originally believe hybrids would be at a disadvantage on the island? And they thought they'd be a disadvantage because they weren't the most fit, and so they essentially believed that they would get weeded out or would become extinct through natural selection.
And
I don't know if you want to add anything.
Yeah, they kind of thought that they'd be less fit because, well, I guess for one, they hadn't ever seen any hybrids be fit before. They'd always see them be less fit than all the purebreds. And also, they kind of figured that how each of the species had such specialized beaks that had been formed by natural selection over the generations that if you combine them, then all that refinement would kind of go away and all the offspring would have kind of variable beaks and wouldn't have as good of a specialization as the parents. And so they wouldn't be able to use their beaks as well or as effectively.
Oh, perfect. So that is all we have for part 2. And yeah, bye.